Hey ladies, it's Steph with Pentastic, and we are back for another video here in April. And I'm really excited about today's video because I have some great free photo information to give you. I listened to a recent podcast on Also Pinteresting. It was over 30 minutes, and I'm going to be mixing that down for you in under about 3 minutes. So we don't want you to have to spend a ton of time listening to podcasts and gathering information. That's kind of what I'm here for you for. So I'm going to be giving you the most bang for your buck here in under 5 minutes and get you up and using this tool that is so amazing, plus some other tools that I just have used over the last several months. I want to talk about images and where to get images and royalty-free images for using on Pinterest. So the first one that we're going to talk about, I did get from a podcast this week from Also Pinteresting, which is a website called idpinthat.com. And you can see up here in the browser, it's idpinthat.com. And right now this is, first of all, the gentleman that created it in the video said that there will always be a free version. So I'm sure eventually he'll go to a paid version. But for right now, all you have to do is search for whatever topic you want a photo for. So I'm going to type in keys. And it brings up all the royalty-free images that it can find. These are totally free use. Royalty-free, that's what this guy has done. He has eliminated the need for you to worry about whether or not you can use the pictures. You don't have to link back with any credits. And so I was taking a look at this pin right here of these 3 keys. And what it does is when you click on it, it opens it in a new browser where you can actually edit. It makes the photo Pinterest ready and also gives you photo editing options right there in the web browser. So it's up to you if you want to do it that way or just snip a copy and put it into photo or PicMonkey or whatever photo software that you use. But either way, this is an amazing resource for us as bloggers so that you don't have to be constantly looking and determining whether things are royalty free or not. And I love the fact that you can open it up into a web browser. So that half hour I just listened to boils down to what you guys need right there. So you don't need to necessarily listen to that podcast, but if you want to, it's definitely on Cynthia's site. You're more than welcome to go listen to it yourself. But he's getting all these free images from this Pixabay or Flickr, and he's already done, like, I guess, all the research behind whether or not they are royalty free or not. So that's the main crux of what our video is about today. But I'm going to also talk about some other royalty free images, but also some images that you can pay for as well. So that's going to be kind of my own added spin on today's video, lesson. So this is, many of you are probably already familiar with this, but this is Microsoft Office's website where you can, if you just Google Microsoft Office images or free images, it brings you to this site, and then you can start searching, and I'd be searching for keys here. Not as many options. A lot of times it's more animated than it is an actual real picture, but there are still some great free images here that you can use. I did some research, and in the terms of agreement, it does not say, I'm not gonna, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not gonna like try to give you any kind of legal advice here, but what I will say is that it doesn't really, as long as you're not selling the product in these pictures, as long as you're not selling these pictures, it does sound like, I'm thinking for Pinterest you'd be fine. You can take the image, edit it. I doubt that Microsoft Office is ever going to come after us for using, their photos, and then we can add text to it and do our own things with it as well. But it's just another free resource for you to be able to find pictures for your blog posts that you don't have to pay for. And I think that's, a great option for bloggers because, we don't have a ton of money to be spending on images for when we're trying to create content so fast. And if you saw the last video that I did, Pinterest is really, I don't know if you saw in the group this morning too, that, there's some speculation that Google Plus is going to go away. And right now, the biggest, most viral, social media sites are sites like Pinterest, Instagram, YouTube, also the Snapchat and the different things that we haven't completely figured out how to use as deal blockers yet. But like I said, this is still, we're still trying to create a ton of content very quickly to get our name out there and to get established, in our niche. So this is another great website. And then I'm going to take you quickly to one of the paid photo websites that I use, and that is 123rf.com. And one thing that I like about this site is that I can download the lowest pixel for 1 credit and then take it into PicMonkey and resize it. But you do, once you download it, you do have to link back with an image credit, which I either put right below the picture or at the bottom of the post. And so pricing for, and you might already have a paid website that you use, but if you come down to the pricing, there's a 20 credit option for $20. So you're basically paying $1 a photo. And I don't think that that's super bad. If you want to go up to 40 credits, you can, and start, say, and 90, and you can obviously save money the higher you go. But what I really like about this website and some of the other paid websites is that sometimes you need a specific photo that you just cannot get free anywhere else. And I've had this happen to me a couple times with my organizing posts. Like if I needed an inside picture of a closet or an inside picture of a refrigerator, needing specifically just the refrigerator, not the freezer, or different things like that. I was looking for very, very specific photos. I could find them usually on the paid photo website that I use. So again, with this one, you do have to link back with an image credit usually, and again, it's royalty free. So that's the thing. I mean, if you're going to do something like the Microsoft Office, if you want to link back, I guess you could, but I personally don't feel the need to at this point based on their terms of service. But I pin that, from what I'm gathering from this video, is that, you really don't have to link at all back with any of these images. And, it's just a great day, or a great way to, get some free photos quickly for what you're looking for. And on here again, you may not find what you're looking for and still have to pay, but I still think this is one of the best resources I've seen yet for free royalty stock images where you can edit it right there on the website. So if you guys have any tips or other sites that you like to use for photos, to buy them, purchase them, if you think it's a better deal or whatnot, please add that in. But just, as always, be careful. Don't ever just go to Google and take images from there that you think, especially, like, one thing I never do is, like, if I'm featuring, especially because we're featuring products all the time, a lot of times as bloggers, yes, we're going to do that, but I think you have to be really careful not to be using images that are taken by somebody else. I don't ever do that, ever, without a link back, and it has to be to a blogger that I pretty much know. So if I Google, like I did the other day, Arm & Hammer clumping litter, I'll just show you really quickly that, all the images that can come up for that. So obviously these pictures of actual kitty litter, I'm not going to use because that is somebody's personal photo. But if I'm selling this product and I see here, like with Target, there are times where I do use that photo and I don't link back necessarily because especially if I'm, selling that product, or not selling that product, but, obviously talking about that product on my blog post. I'm sure that we all do that from time to time, and maybe I shouldn't be admitting that, but anyways, there are times where I do use stock photos of products. We have to, because we don't have a resource really to get product photos, but definitely don't be using people's personal photos from Google Images. So hopefully that helps everybody out, and I'dPinThat.com, and again, is the website, and I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Bye.